Okay, I just spun around from putting some stuff in my food chest and was greeted with that. I didn't know what it was at first. Of course, it's a buffalo, but oh god. Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to SevTech Ages. So, I have had a couple of comments wondering what we are going to be doing as far as the base style since I did this area, cutting all the trees down, trying to get an idea of how I'm going to lay out the base. And I actually had kind of an interesting idea that I don't think that I've ever seen before, and I fell off of that, darn it. But so, my thought is to actually make the base to match the age that I am in. So right now we happen to be in an age that is like early medieval times. We're able to get some horse-powered implements. We have some types of metal, but not all. We have water and wind power available, things like that. And we're also obviously magical stuff, which was fairly heavy in the medieval ages. So that is what I'm thinking we're going to do. We're going to be right now medieval type builds. To start out, it already fit. We found a large skeleton, we turned that into our home. So yeah, that's perfect. Now another thing, I was experimenting with this, we can make dirt slabs. Now these are really easy to make, we just take 2 pieces of dirt and it'll make 4 dirt slabs. The nice part is grass spreads onto them. So what we can do is just place down these dirt slabs in areas that we want to be a little less steep and a little nicer contour. And now we have a nice little smooth contour through here. Another thing that we could possibly do is to check if we can turn this into a path. Oh god, we can! Oh, that is just absolutely perfect. So yeah, we will be able to remove these cobblestone slabs that I have put on the paths, replace them with dirt slabs, and we'll have nice smooth transitions in our paths. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Now, another thing that I have been working on between episodes, if we come up this way, we have another path going off to the side here. And this path appears to go nowhere into the dark forest. Unless we follow it up a little further, and then there's another path going down into the ground. And this is to be able to make giant mushrooms. So I've covered the entire floor with grass path blocks so that it is non-spawnable. The only spawnable space in this room is the square that the mushroom itself sits on. Then you can bone meal it and you'll get a giant mushroom. The reason that I want to get the giant mushrooms is because we need a better food. Now obviously we still have quite a few of the tasty sandwiches, we still have wild berries, and we still have baked beetroot. But I want to get, sometime soon, to be able to make hearty stew. So the hearty stew does quite a bit more hunger than our tasty sandwiches or our baked beetroot, but the best part is it does grain, protein, and vegetable all in one. Now this requires the cauldron, which we already have, some type of cooked meat, a carrot, a baked potato, some flour, 3 mushrooms, and 5 bowls. Now the reason that I found out that we needed to make that, or that I wanted to make it, was because I've been doing a lot of work collecting dirt, probably way more than I need, but so that I can fill holes and do a little bit of terraforming in the area. But I have a whole bunch of dirt here, and I've been digging it all up with the garden trowel. The garden trowel gives you the worms that you need for bait in the fishing traps. So if we look at the fishing traps here, we've been getting a lot of fish, but we also get wooden bowls. So I wanted to see what the uses were on these things, and hearty stew. So we're going to try to get that, but yeah, I want to get some building done for once today. And I think what we want to do first is to build our water mill. Now, currently I have this set down a little extra because I was trying to get the water to flow. I don't like the way the water wheel looks, And obviously I don't want a dirt wall or anything like that. But now that we have the ability to move water sources, I think what I want to do is come up here. There is a pond up here in the plains. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to fill this up just a little bit more, get one more layer to the water, and then that is too high for the surrounding ground. So I want this, I'll probably do a little terraforming on this side so that it is forced into this area over here. And we're going to make a little stream that flows down through here and out to the bay. And then we're going to build the water mill on that. So let me get a little bit of stuff done here. Obviously I'm going to have to pick up these rushes because I can't even see through them. But so I've got a little bit of work here with the rushes, the grass, getting the terraforming done, and then I've also got to get some water. And yeah, I am kind of starting to run out of water in my barrels, so I might need to go down to the river by wandering one and get some from there as well. But let me get to this. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, that took a heck of a lot longer than I anticipated. I actually have the pond filled in now. And basically we're saying this is a spring-fed pond, and then we're going to have our little stream coming down out of here. Now originally I wanted to be able to have this water just flowing all the way down to the bay. Unfortunately, I ran out of height about here. So I had to do some major terraforming. This entire area has raised up a large amount. And even at that, I couldn't even come close. So what I decided to do instead was to fill source blocks until I was able to get the water to flow over the next tier. And it looks like I missed one spot. Well, I may have some source blocks elsewhere. No. Darn it. I gotta try to find one source block that is not being used. Do I have one around here? Probably not. Hey, that one will work. Alright. But anyway, so I just filled source blocks behind until I get the water to flow over the next tier. And then when I got down here to the very last level, I've got just no moving water. It doesn't look as nice as I would like, and it doesn't look as nice as the Rivers mod, but still, it gets the job done. But so we have this space here where we have a straight line of flowing water, and I'm hoping this will work. I'm going to try it out here real quick. So I'm going to place up 2 blocks. I'm going to place the axle here, and then I'm going to place the water wheel on the axle. And yes, that will work. So that is where the water wheel is going to be. But we are only going to be using this one for the millstone. So we're going to have to find other places for the turntable and the saw. And the turntable we may actually run with wind. And the saw, I think we'll just have to find another location. Probably somewhere that we're going to be doing a lot of logging. But so I need to get a bunch of this stuff taken care of, and actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this chest down here and just dump the parts for this into here. And now I am going to go and grab the resources that I need to start building all of this and try to figure out what I want this thing to look like, the mill, and then I'll be back. Well, I think I've got everything ready here. First off, I widened out the channel of the stream right here because it just felt weird having the water wheel right up against the dirt. I have also set a gearbox and a bunch of shafting in here. And yeah, I know that shaft over there is kind of a waste, but I wanted to do something here that looks kind of neat. Now, in my inventory, I have a bunch of blocks that we're going to be using for building. We have smooth stone, we have andesite, cobblestone, olive wood planks, and then we have some thatch and jungle slats. Now the thatch, if we look at this, let's see here. So we make this with dry thatching, and the dry thatching, Actually, let's see here. There's something else about this. Here we go. So we actually make this with the wet thatch, and the wet thatch comes from fresh thatching being crafted together 2x2. The fresh thatching comes from any of our rush stems, tips, whatever, crafted together in a 2x2, and they do not all have to be the same. You can mix and match, and that works really good. Now, to make the thatch, I found the best way, or to dry it, the best way to do is to set the wet thatching blocks on the ground and then just go through and break them when they dry with an axe. The slats are made with some in the case of the jungle ones, with some slabs and some sticks. Pretty simple. I did some experimenting, found out the thatch will collapse underneath you if you don't have the slats. So yeah, we kind of need that. But we also have these andesite bricks and brick stairs. Now, we cannot make stone bricks right now, but we can make andesite bricks. They're taking 4 andesite, you craft them together into smooth or polished andesite. You take these, craft them together, and you get the andesite bricks. Now, the bricks can then be crafted into the stairs, and so we can still make some stone bricks in a roundabout way, and they don't quite look the same. But so what I want to do is I want to make a support on this side of the bank for the water wheel. So we're going to dig out a little bit of this, and we're going to go one more block, and then we're going to place down some of the andesite bricks. No, that is not where I wanted you. Darn it. I wanted you right there. And so then we're going to go up a couple of blocks. We're going to put one here, and yeah, one more. Now we are going to place the stairs here and start bringing this in. And I think we're going to use a mix of andesite and smooth stone in between. So let's just go ahead and drop a little bit of this stuff in here. Try to make it appear random. And I am one block too wide on this side. Okay, well, I figured something was going to end up throwing me off on this. So we want this to be a symmetrical support piece. So I'm going to go like that. We need to put a block of dirt back in there. So now we have this stone block is going to be basically the bearing support for that. And now I am going to place another andesite brick on each side, and then stair, and then another andesite brick in the middle. And we have a spawnable space up here now. And I have no light sources on me. Well, darn it. So, I guess I'll have to deal with that a little later. I love digging dirt with the trowels. Gives so many worms. But so now we're going to put something very similar on this side. And of course we have the gearbox in here so that the power gets transmitted through. But we're going to have this so that the power can be transmitted into the building. So I want to do something very similar to that. Let's start by digging out this stuff. And this time I'm actually going to be further that way because the building is going to be longer that way and narrower this way, and we can't cross the river. So, and I don't need to dig that one out. The only reason I'm digging these out is because we need some type of a foundation visible under the water. So once we get past this point, we no longer need the foundation. So now we need to start using our other materials here. And actually, I need to eat. And I need to be eating a lot more of the wild berries because we have way more of those than anything else. So now we're just going to do some random placement of blocks here, and it looks like we need a foundation in this area as well. So that's fine. We'll go ahead and get just a few more, and that looks like it might be as far as I'm going to go. And so then we're going to put some cobblestone in places, a little bit of andesite, We don't want cobblestone on the outer edge. That much I'm pretty sure of. And so here in just a second, we'll take a look at what this looks like. It's kind of just a hodgepodge of mixed blocks. And it won't have a great appearance until we start adding some detail, but it can't really be all that bad, I wouldn't think. So we'll put another there and there. So just take a look at this and kind of get a feel for it. Yeah, it's not terrible. I kind of feel like I want to have more of the andesite bricks to kind of make a little bit better outline for the building. So I'm going to grab a few more of those. And let's break these back out of here. That's going to give me a piece of cobble back, but whatever. So we will put the andesite on the ends of it. Just kind of make the edges look a bit more reinforced. And I feel like we need to go up at least one more, possibly two more blocks here. So a little bit of cobble, some andesite, smooth stone, a bunch of cobble here, some bricks. Yeah, let's go one more. We want to be at least taller than the wheel support on the outer edge. So a little bit of that, some of those, get a little of that, and there we go. So let's take a look at this, see how it looks. And not terrible. Let's turn off spawnable spaces. So now we need to get a roof and a little bit more detail on that, and I'm not sure how I'm going to detail this. This is actually going to be a difficult thing to detail. Oh, we have a dire wolf. Love killing these guys. It is so much fun. So, ow. Ah, bones. But, let me do a little thinking about the detailing on this thing, and then I'll be back. Well, I think as far as the detailing goes, we're just going to have to wait for a little while on that. I tried putting some mossy cobble down here, which I can actually craft with the vines that I'm getting from the, whatever those fish traps, but yeah, it just doesn't do me any good. But so I think I'm just going to go ahead and place the roof on this thing now. Of course, no, that is not the way that I want that. But of course, I put the support pillars in here, and that's kind of interesting. I did not realize it mattered which direction you were facing with these. So I want it to look like they're just a continuous piece going across here. So I'll put a little bit of the roof up here, and these, unfortunately, I'm going to have to use some extras, but I guess it'll work. You can make a too-high block of thatch if you just run it up a little higher. But let's see here. So the next one would be another block higher. I'm going to have to use wood for that. But let's go ahead and hop down and take a look at what this looks like now with the thatching on it. So, doesn't quite feel right. It's like it's too tall, and then not having an overhang on the end doesn't work either. Let me see if I can figure out how to put a decent looking overhang on there. This just does not look right. It is not even close to what I was really wanting to look. This here looks cool. This little stone support for the other side of the wheel, but this, no. I am not liking it in the slightest. Let me do some experimenting and see what I can figure out. Well, I don't know how pleased I am with the roof on that thing, but the rest of it's looking pretty good. A big improvement to the building was the addition of the olive logs further down. Definitely helps the look of the building. Another thing that I did was to add these little andesite stone brick stairs on the edges, and it just kind of breaks up the flatness of the wall a little. That's a pretty big deal. Now I do have the slats under there. There are certain places that you don't need the slats, but I just decided I would go ahead and use them all over the place. But from a distance, the water wheel itself looks just amazing. Now I did have to do a slight detour of the stream because we need a space to put a bridge in here, and before the stream was like just a couple of blocks away from the entrance. And I didn't feel like moving the entrance, but this is working real nice. I've got one mill set up currently. I have plans to actually put these on both sides, so we'll be able to have as many mills as we want. I would like to see if there is actually a limit to how much power we can get out of one water wheel. But now up here in the upper floor we have nothing, so I don't know what I'm going to do up here. And if we need, I suppose we could put the power going up into that area as well. But so this thing is basically done. I still have a bridge to build, but yeah, right now I can hop over that. Not a big problem for me. And that kind of sets a tone for this age of building. So yeah, we're going to be looking at additional designs for that in coming episodes for the house and other buildings. But yeah, done building for this episode, but we have a little bit of time left, so I thought we would look at a few quests and a few other things. So first off, you'll notice I've got some hoppers going into drying racks here. I've also placed a whole bunch of drying racks on the side of the skeleton because I was making additional leather. Now the reason for making this additional leather is that we need to make ourselves some backpacks. So this is a little something that for some reason I knew was there, but I blanked it out. I can't tell you why, but we have these backpacks and we can make these pretty easily with a bunch of leather, a chest, and the leather cordage. So we need this. Give me that. So we need to make a little bit of leather cordage. And also, I have a huge cotton farm now. String is no longer a problem for me. So let's go ahead and do this. So there's our leather cordage. And then finally we need some of those old-fashioned chests, which it does not look like we have any. So we'll go ahead and grab a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we'll make a couple of these guys. So yeah, these chests are kind of junk though, but so I suppose we'll make 3 of them. That ought to be good. So now we can make this, and we get our first backpack. Now this backpack has 2, well, basically the space of one of those garbage chests, but it has 2 lines of 9, so it effectively increases our inventory by 50%, and we can carry around a whole bunch of them, so that's kind of nice. So now there's supposed to be a way to upgrade these, so it says next upgrade is wooden. So let's try looking at improved backpacks. I cannot spell for some reason right now. So improved backpacks, we have a blank upgrade, a storage upgrade wood, and a storage upgrade stone. Okay, so how do we make this? This is with a blank upgrade, with some logs, and a piece of leather. Well, how do we make the blank upgrade, I guess? That is a couple of pieces of leather, some planks, and some sticks. So that's pretty easy. Grab, well, we still had that. Yep, let's grab some logs. We'll need those. We'll need some sticks. And now we should have everything that we need to make the blank upgrade. We'll make one of those. And then a wooden upgrade. So there we go. So now, how do we apply this to the backpack? Now, sometimes you shift right click on... Okay, well, we can name this. So let's name this guy Tools, just because. So this is going to be our tools backpack. I'll be able to grab a bunch of that stuff out of there to carry around with us instead of always having to have that cluttering up my inventory. But so I would imagine then we have to craft these together. Yep, so there is the Tier 1 backpack. And it is still named Tools. I would imagine it would still hold its inventory. And now we are the size of a standard vanilla chest. So next up we have the stone upgrade. So we need a little bit of smooth stone. And this won't take much at all to make. Oh, we have to make another one of the wooden upgrades first. So I wonder if we can go straight to stone or if we have to step this up. So now we will combine these and we are at tier 2. So our next upgrade is iron. We do not have iron yet, but now we have effectively doubled our inventory with one backpack. And that is really, really nice. So that is one thing. I'll make more of those between episodes. But the next thing that I want to look at is an alternative form of lighting. And I'd mentioned this a couple episodes ago and then I forgot about it. But so having these torches everywhere, first off, I catch them with my horse. They don't look great. They throw up a lot of particle effects. They're going to cause lag issues in the future. So we have the ability to just take and put a torch in the center of a block, I believe. Okay, so they have specific one. Oh, no, it's just one. Okay, so if we do this, now this is an oak plank light from Ferdinand's Flowers. So this looks and behaves just like an oak plank, but let's say that we break this out of the way. Let me grab an axe. Where did I put my axe? There it is. So if we break this out of here and put our light in there, it looks just like every other plank on there, but this thing is now emitting light. That is nice. So we have several different availabilities on those. So, hit the right button, please, please. So, of course, we can make jack-o'-lantern, which is standard, but we can make smooth stone, we can make sand, which I think is cool. I'd like to know if the sand and gravel are still affected by gravity. That would be interesting to know. We have the oak planks and the oak logs. We have dirt. We have cobblestone. And then Cyclic adds in some throwable torches, and those are not what I'm looking for, though. But also, I am curious to know if the dirt lights will allow grass to spread on them. So I will set up one of these and just find out if that actually works, because if it does, that would be amazing. But I'm going to go ahead and break that torch out, and now if we look here, there's no spawnable space. Still no spawnable space. There we go. So now we have spawnable space here, and if we drop this, that kind of disappears. So that is really nice. We'll want to see if that actually works for grass spreading, or if we need to try to hide those into a path. But anyway, look at it. That is a tremendous improvement over what we had with the torches. So next up, we have a couple of simple quests that we should be able to take care of. So we have the pedestaling for our time. We need to make our Abyssal Craft pedestal for that. So let's take a look at that. So we'll just go pedestal. So the pedestal, we need a monolith stone, a Carillium pearl, a shadow gem. Yeah, we need a bunch of the monolith stone. We should have everything that we need for that, but I'm going to have to gather it up. The other one that we have, if I can hit the right button again, is I can't find a jungle. Well, I already know where there are some parrots. So all I need to do is take some seeds with me out to that area, and we can tame ourselves a parrot. So let me gather up the stuff for the pedestaling for time, and then I'll be back. Okay, we should have everything that we need now to make this pedestal. So we'll go ahead and make this guy. And then I'm only going to place down a few pedestaling for time. You scared the crap out of me. Get the heck out of here. Go on. But I'm only going to place down a couple of our statues here because yeah, I don't really want to have these guys causing major issues again. So, yeah, I think you're close enough, aren't you? I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay. So now this will slowly charge up our Necronomicon over time. And the next time that we need it, it should be completely charged with 5000 PE. So now the next one is finding a jungle. So I am just going to ride my horse out to that spot, and I'll meet you guys out there. And here we are where we need to get ourselves some parrots. So, hey, there we go. I can't find a jungle. So, are you... There we go. Oh, it's sitting. So now the question becomes, how do we breed these things? Okay. So, are they going to follow me around now? Let's see here. Hey, I've got one on my shoulder. Let's try that again. No? Come on, parrots. No. Yeah, whatever. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this episode. So I'm going to have to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you would like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye! Oh, whoops.